Hey, you guys, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and tell everyone, I feel like for everyone, it's been a stressful year, right? It's been stressful. It's been a lot of like karma release, a lot of, even thinking we're building something great and then finding like, oh no, that was just a path to take, to realize like maybe I made a little mistake here, a mistake there, more for like lessons to be learned. But I just want you guys to know and to be okay with those paths that you've taken, because every path you take is meant for you. And the biggest thing to take from each path we do, even in our day-to-day, is to realize, even if it's somewhere we slip or somewhere, you're like, wait, that's not what I wanted. To just learn from the lesson that you learned, that you think it's a mistake and it's a fail. It's never a fail. It's if we take the lesson behind it and work with that, knowing that, processing that, but putting the feelings behind it, because they can be very detrimental, right? Or we feel like it's all of our fault, or we want to like project the blame on someone else. Just if we take the lesson from it, okay? And sometimes there are things that we did not even like step into thinking that there would be a lesson, or it was done to us. But if we can take the lesson from it, you are growing, you are conquering, you are learning, you are able then to receive your next steps in life, and you either can take what you got left from that and build from that, or just leave it behind and start something new. And that is growth. And sometimes it's hard growth. It's hard lessons to learn, but just know like any path we take is the right one. And there's always a reason behind it. There's always growth behind it. And when we can really grasp that and not fight it and just see like, okay, I'm not doing that again, or I'm going to be cautious of my next steps within the next thing I go into, and this is relationships, career building. This is just our day-to-day routines. Even learning, like maybe we need to switch up our routine because it switches up the energy. It kind of scrambles it, but like allows it to like become a new direction, right? And with that, it's like we have to learn new skills, or we get to like prosper with the skills that we already have, or look at those as, those don't really work for me anymore. They worked for me then. They worked for me in that relationship. They worked for me with that job. But maybe it's a clean slate to try something new, And you guys, I'm always going to encourage you to ask for guidance, ask for show me my next steps, show me what direction I need to go to, connect with your higher self and God, ancestors, all the above. Like they are there for you always, because sometimes that's all we have is we don't have someone to go and ask what our next steps are, and that's a part of the growth. That's a part of learning ourselves and growing within and being able to sit with ourselves and being like, okay, I don't know next, but like, let me learn. And that's really expanding our minds, our souls. And trust me, God will always want you to expand, and he's gonna put the little itty bitty like lessons, or like or finding a outlet, right? An outlet that isn't falling back into like bad habits, right? What is a different outlet that we can take? And trust me, myself, and I struggle with those little moments too of like, okay, I feel like I've healed my whole life. It's like, I don't want to heal anymore. And you'll get there too. You'll get there too. But if we just slow down and don't feel pressure, because there's a lot of pressure. It's like, oh, even myself, it's like, oh, if I don't post today, but really, if anything, God wants us all to like take a break and not feel like we have to be on some time schedule, because like, first off, like like time is not linear, growth is not linear. God works on a whole different time schedule than us. And he wants us to sit with ourselves. He really wants us to get closest to him, to get closest to spirit, right? Like it's the fifth element. It's to get closest to spirit, to know the right direction. The next steps is to really sit in quiet and like in silence and the meditation. And that was a big struggle for me too. And, it still can sometimes feel like that struggle of not wanting to like sit and reflect, but it's like a constant, right? It can become a constant. But when we get into that serenity and knowing that we're not on anyone's time schedule. We're on, and if anything, we're on God's schedule. And he's like, please, my loves, rest within yourself. He's like, there's too many distractions. Don't feel pushed, because it's you and you on this journey, right? It really is. And when we feel so flustered, like we need to do for that whole like validation or like the money or like anything like that, it can almost get you into those binds, right? And we're making then the wrong decisions. But just know it's like, so always if you're feeling that like pressure from like the outside world, that energetic pressure as well, like not even if anyone's not telling you, but just know that's even God saying like, it's okay, sit back, like take a second. There is no time frame in this. This is really our individual path. And I'm telling you, with healing that's definitely not linear. And like you're gonna feel all the feels, and it is okay that if you step into things, bad old habits or whatever, it's part of it. It's a part of it, you guys. So don't let that guilt or shame sit within you or on you. And I will say the biggest thing is to like have gratitude, be thankful that you get to wake up every day, be thankful that you have your limbs and you can walk around, your voice to speak, and you do all, you guys, whatever you're in, you always have that free will, that freedom to say, hey, I need a moment, or and like you always have that. And you always like, don't let anything push you back. And a lot of times, you guys, we push ourselves so hard through everything, and we're expecting like these grand gestures, and sometimes it's not the grand gesture. And especially from God, it's in the little moments, it's in the little things that we miss a lot of times, and then we feel so depleted, and it's like, wait, but you have this. It's like having the cups behind you, it's like you're looking at the five of cups card, and you're looking at the three that are spilled over, the ones that are spilled over right there, but you're missing like the ones behind you that are still two cups right there. So there's always something to be grateful for, and to just be thankful that we get to live the life that we want. And yeah, it's a hard life to live. These are not easy paths we take, but just know it's not that. I know it's going to sound so cliche, but it's not the finish line that we're getting to, right? It is the journey. And when we can accept that too, it's like, okay, like this is like, I do have lots of maneuver room. Like I can like, back out of something or like get into something. And sometimes I just want to halt altogether. And that's really where God wants all of us at some point to get, is in that hermit mode, and and be able to find that safe place, like to reside with him. And just with yourself, it's you and your higher self. It's so you can make the strongest decisions that are right for you. And and that takes even courage, right? That takes courage to say like, no, I need time. And that's you telling yourself you have time. Like that, So just know, like, we're all going through it. We're all going through it. We're all on different timelines. But when we take that space and time for ourselves, just breathe, get out in nature, and really reflect, even if you feel like after that it kind of like doesn't fully like make everything okay, but God sees you, and you're taking that time for yourself, and that's what he wants all of us to do. He's like, children, I want you to breathe. I want you to not even if you're like self-reflecting, if you're just being, right? We're supposed to just be. And we're magical within just ourselves and being, to remember that. So just remember, wherever we're at in life, That's where you're meant to be at this time, okay? Even if it feels like the biggest struggle and you'll laugh, just know, be like, all right, this is like my bottom right now. Like, I can only go up from here, okay? And then if you are on top and you're making it, definitely self-reflect. See how far you've come. I even have to do a gratitude list. Just, it's so important, you guys. We're always racing to the top, right? And then we're like, not even realizing the journey that we like took to get there, and we're not appreciating the little things. And it is the little things. It's like, I love the cold weather, and I was like it's like pretty freaking cold outside when I was like walking, but I was like, I'm glad I have gloves on. Like, I'm glad I remembered these. It's really the little things, and that can carry you through your whole day, just remembering the little things. So just know that. I love you guys.